Welcome to United Beauty, a podcast presented by the Salah Hair Foundation, which helps women and children with medical-related hair loss get wigs for free. I'm your host, Bianca Sala. I am beautiful, I am fun, a mom, a wife, a nurse, entrepreneur, and I have alopecia. This podcast was created for other women who are amazing and suffer from hair loss. We discuss health, beauty, wellness, life, and other issues. We are real, but most importantly, we celebrate all women whose appearances defies traditional beauty standards. The Salah Hair Foundation presents United Beauty, the podcast. Hey guys, and thank you for tuning in to United Beauty, presented by the Salah Hair Foundation. I'm your host, Bianca, and I have my girl Portia here with me. Hi. So we have a guest here today. Portia, do you want to introduce
Would love to introduce our guest today. Her name is Brittany LaBella. If you live in Western New York, you're familiar with her. If you live in probably upstate in Western New York, you're quite familiar with her. She's a very accomplished and established hairstylist, but she also is an alopecia influencer. You can follow her on her social networks, and you can see her artistry and just be wowed and amazed by the rest of us. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce our guest, Bianca, Miss Brittany LaBella.
Hello. Hi, how is everybody? Hello. Thank you.
We're good. So our topic today is defining beauty standards as a beauty professional. Please describe, what is an alopecia beauty influencer?
Okay, so an alopecia beauty influencer is a person who, I basically created it. So it's pretty much me. I've never seen any other alopecia beauty influencers. That was just kind of something that I came up with because I couldn't find any category to fit into, so I created it. It's basically a category for people with alopecia that do hair, do makeup, that, work in the beauty industry, that, are artists, but may have a few struggles with alopecia. So it's basically showing people that you don't have to be limited just because you have alopecia. So whereas, some makeup artists you may watch, they may have full eyebrows. A person with alopecia may not have eyebrows, or they may not have eyelashes, or they may have thinning eyelashes and eyebrows, or they may have bald spots, or they may have, or they may have bald spots, or they may be bald, or they may wear a short haircut. So, it's just showing, it's basically redefining beauty standards pretty much. And it's something that I created as far as alopecia beauty influencer, because like I said, I just couldn't find it anywhere. So I just had to create that category for myself.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Because I definitely know that alopecia is not really, a light is not shown on it, really. So can you tell us about your hair loss journey?
So my hair loss journey started when I was just 6 years old. I was diagnosed with alopecia areata. It started as a tiny little small bald spot right in the bang area of my head, and we didn't know what it was. After going back and forth to the doctor, they finally told us that it was, alopecia areata, and that it was autoimmune. And now there's different types of alopecia, which I'll touch on that, but my specific type of alopecia is autoimmune, which means that it's triggered by inflammation, which causes my hair to fall out. Stress can trigger it. Any kind of trauma, anything like that can trigger it. It's just my body's response to stress or inflammation, so to speak. So after going back and forth to the doctors and my hair growing in and falling out, because my hair will grow back. It just decides whenever it wants to. And so by the age of 12, after going to the doctor and trying a bunch of different treatments and stuff like that, they said that by the age of 18 that I would eventually lose all of my hair. But I haven't lost it. So I said, if I'm going to lose all of my hair, I'm going to at least try every single hairstyle that I can before I lose it. And then that therein sparked, you know, my passion for doing hair. And it just kind of further opened my eyes to like being creative with hair and stuff like that, because I had to be a little more, I had to find creative ways to get the hairstyles that I wanted and cover up my bald spots. So that was where my purpose and my passion kind of met each other.
Right. So what was it like when that doctor told you that your hair was gonna fall out by the time you were 18? How did you feel when you heard that?
I mean, immediately I knew I just wasn't like the other kids. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be able to wear ponytails or wear my hair a certain way, or at least I wasn't going to be able to approach it the way that, with the ease that those other people were able to, you know. And I just said, literally my attitude was, well, I got to learn how to do hair. Like there was no, like there was no other option. It was just, I have to learn how to do this, because relying on other people to do my hair was just a pain. And sometimes when you go to hairdressers, they have the style and they know how to like make you look really good, but sometimes they lack empathy. Mm-hmm. And I think some people feel like because your hair is thin or because your hair is falling out, sometimes some hairdressers think that you did that to yourself. So they feel like they don't have to care for the hair you have because you don't have much. And that's just a horrible way to think. And that's what I kind of kept running into. So I actually became a stylist because, again, I wasn't finding what I was looking for. So I had to become it. I had to create it. So, you know, hearing that at the age of 12, I just was like, you know, I just have to figure it out. There was no other option. It was like, I just had to figure it out. So.
You seem to have kind of conquered this space, and my assumption has got to be just because you live in it, you know, so you know how to move around in it. And when I say you conquered this space, it's because you've ended up being like an expert in handling hair styling for women, all women, of course, and even men, but specifically with women who are already suffering from hair loss. And it's because you know what that feels like, and you spent a number of years figuring out how to, you know, finesse hairstyles so you can achieve a look, you know, despite what is actually happening on your crown. So how would you say that has made you feel to be able to do something like that for other people?
Grateful. Like that's the only word that I can even think. Like grateful, excited, happy, but mostly grateful that I'm even in a space to where, you know, I've been blessed with such a gift that I'm even able to help in such a way. You know, I know a lot of times, sometimes people can go through traumatic events and then they can kind of use that to make them bitter. But my traumatic events didn't make me bitter. It just made me better. And I just looked at them as, how can I prevent this from happening to someone else? How can I prevent them from feeling how I felt or going through the trauma that I had to deal with, to let them know that there's other people out here like them and that they can overcome that. And I will say, like, you know, I still have my days where, you know, I'm just like, ugh, this bald spot is so annoying. Like, I want to wear this hairstyle. Why can't it just be easy? So I do have those days. Some days, you know, my eyebrows are thin, you know, and some days I'm just like, man, I just want to wake up and not have to draw on eyebrows. So I still have days where, you know, I'm frustrated with alopecia, but at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. You know, like, I was blessed with the skills and mainly the work ethic and the drive to become great, you know? So that's why I say, like, I'm just a vessel. This is God's work. This is not, I mean, I'm doing it, but this is God, you know, like, I'm just living out my gift, you know, and this is just what I feel like I'm here to do. So.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I appreciate like your.
I'm here. I think can you hear me?
Yeah, she her son looks like her baby might be waking up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Yep.
I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. So, can you like tell us, what would you say is your self-taught lesson that you learned throughout your journey?
Oh man, there's so many journeys. I mean, there's so many lessons. Like, I mean, I can't say I have like a favorite, but I will say my most impactful one is to just figure it out. Like if there is a no or a door is closed, then create another way. Like just figure it out, but don't give up. And also to be gentle with yourself. So many times we get so caught up on like the little parts of ourselves that we don't like, and we miss the big picture of how amazing we really are as people and as individuals, because we're focused on the one small thing that makes us imperfect when there's so many other things about us that make us beyond perfect. So I would say my most impactful lesson is to just never give up, to figure it out, to if there is no way, then dig deep within yourself and create a way. And to really just be your friend, like to like yourself. Like that's like the biggest thing, to like yourself. Like, it's not even loving yourself, because you can love something and not like it. You really can. Like, you can love people and not like them. We have family members. We have that one cousin, that one auntie, some of it is our parents, like, I mean, we can really love people and not like them, but you really have to like yourself. You have to become your best friend, and you have to really realize that there's so much to you. Like, there's so many more things to you, that one little small minute detail. Yes, I may not have as much hair as anybody else, but I can put it on my head and make it look like I do. So it's, there's other things, so I would say that's it. Those are my lessons.
Okay. Do you have anything, Portia?
Oh gosh, I think together.
Come on, bring it on. Let's go.
All day, and I know we don't have the time, but I've, just like Bianca, have been seeing your work, have been following your work, and it's obvious that this, part of your life, which is not your life, but this part of your life, has sparked your interest and your ability within the beauty industry. But I can't let this podcast go on without just talking about the fact that you're definitely more than a hairstylist. We've seen your artistry as a whole in makeup. I don't even know if we should just call this makeup, because you put jewels on your face and headpieces with sunflowers in it. It really is art.
Thank you.
I was going to ask, like, how would you say the creativity has kind of taken your alopecia and made it more of a statement than a condition?
Well, I would say for years I spent a lot of time kind of hiding myself, like because I thought I had to cover up. So that was my thing. I was like, man, I have these bald spots. I don't want anybody to know. I don't want anyone to see. And then one day, like, I actually couldn't find a hairstyle. Like, I couldn't figure out how I was going to do my hair. Now, I actually grow hair. Like, I grow enough hair to cover up my bald spots. So you would never even know that I had it. But I knew I had it, and it was just frustrating. And I just would spend so much effort and so much money covering up and hiding. And it was just one day I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do my hair. And I usually have this lady braid it. And I said, okay, if she's at home, I'm going to have her braid my hair, because she's the only person I will let touch me. Mm-hmm. And I said, if she's not there, then I'm just going to shave it off and just wear wigs. Whoa. Right? That's literally how I made the decision. And this was like 5 or 6 years ago now. And I went home, I called her, I said, hey, can you braid my hair? She's like, no, I live in North Carolina now. Oh. And I'm like, okay. So I went home, I took out my clippers, and the intention was to cut it like low, like a brush cut. But I didn't understand clippers at that time, you know, before becoming a barber, you know. But I didn't understand the clippers at that time, so I ended up cutting it like bald. And after I cut it bald, I sent a picture to my mom just to see what she would say. And she was just like, "Oh my God, you look gorgeous." And I said, "What? Are you seeing what I'm seeing?" Like, because I was a person who covered up all the time. So for me to be uncovered, so to speak, bald, and, you know, have my mother say, "Wow, you're gorgeous," it was almost like she was seeing me for the first time. That's what it seemed like. Because, you know, your mom is going to say you're pretty regardless. Well, she should anyway, you know. Your mom not going to be like, "Baby, you ugly," you know. At least she shouldn't, you know. So, just, you know, doing that. And then I took a picture and I posted it online. And when I posted that picture online, it was like, the picture ended up getting like over 1,000 likes. Now, I know likes don't mean anything, but that was the most likes I ever got on the picture. And I was uncovered. So I was naked, so to speak. Naked, but not naked, you know? Yeah. And so I was just like, wow, like, maybe this is like, people are seeing me for the first time. And then people started inboxing me. I started getting like modeling gigs like almost immediately. They're like, "We want you to model for us." And then what would happen is, when I would show up to places with my bald head, and because I would do my makeup all the time, and I would give them my card and they'd be like, "Oh, you do makeup, right?" And I'm like, "I don't do makeup." And you're like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I'm positive." Like, I do hair, you know. And then like I would say, my struggles are what really brought out my creativity. August of last year, I got into a really bad accident, and where I was out of work for like 6 weeks. I couldn't do anything because I broke my ribs. Wow. So yeah, it was pretty bad. So in that accident, while I was recovering, because all I could do was like sit up. I couldn't lay down or anything. I just had to sit up all the time. I had to sleep sitting up, which is horrible. But so I went and I took some makeup classes in Rochester. And anytime that I would feel myself kind of getting into like that rabbit hole of like depression or, you know, feeling bad for myself, I would do my makeup. So that's what that's what I used to pull me out. I would just get creative, and I just kept creating and creating and creating. And then as far as like my hair shows and my art shows, how alopecia helped that was because I really wanted people to grasp the concept of hair, not to look at it differently, not so much as hair on the body, hair on the head, but hair as a medium to create art. So hair on the body, hair as art, hair as clothing, you know. So that's kind of how alopecia and how all my obstacles and struggles kind of just caused me to evolve into the person you see today. Hope that answered the question. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Geez, Bianca, you got. I think we got time for one more question before we move to the gaming part of our podcast today. You want to take it?
Yeah. So I just want to ask. I mean, you know, what is your advice you would give to encourage someone emotionally that's struggling with hair loss?
That you are not alone. You're not the only one. That there are people out here that can help you, you know, cope with that. My gift isn't in the healing of alopecia, in the healing of hair loss, because hair loss is caused by so many different factors. My healing, where my strength is in healing the psychological effects of what it does to a person, and helping women to embrace themselves as they are, as themselves, and, you know, to just live confidently with whatever is going on, you know. So it's just, what makes you an attractive person has very little to do with what's on the outside. And I think that people kind of forget that with the age of social media and Instagram and everything like that. Sometimes, you know, we get so caught up on the external, we forget about what's happening on the inside. You know, so I really would encourage, you know, anyone that has alopecia or anything like that, just to know that they are enough. That's like a big one. You are enough. You are still beautiful. You are still special. That's a small thing to a giant. That's not what defines you. That's not what makes you, you know. And if you don't have as much hair as someone else, it's okay. You can buy it nowadays. So, you know, you could buy it, just shave it off, you know, like, I mean, so that's my advice.
Your foundation.
Listen,
Right.
okay, right. So, yeah, that's it. That's my advice.
I think that's excellent advice. And given that this is for the month of September, this is Alopecia Awareness Month. I think this is a perfect episode to have, so people who are new to this alopecia world, and you know, whereas the Sellout for Hair Foundation services women and children who just suffer from hair loss as long as it's medically related. But given the month, we definitely want to recognize September for what it is. But for those of you who are listening that are coming into this and it's a new world for you, you know, our hope is that you get inspired by who you're hearing from and what you're seeing, because these are beautiful and unique people who have made something that someone else would deem as defining and ripped it up and turned it into a super cool big bow and put it on top of a red shiny car, you know. And I think that's what the Sellout Hair Foundation is about, restoring confidence. And one thing I have to say, Brittany, that I think is so unique about you is you have the versatility to change your look, and you've managed to do that with no hair or with
Yeah.
And I love when just these last couple of minutes, if you could just take a second and just share with people how you manage to be able to take yourself and really become a chameleon depending on the day.
Okay. It really was just, I just see things that I like. I see, like, if someone says, oh, you know, brown skin girls can't wear certain colors, and I'm gonna do something with that color, you know. My biggest drive was to never become a statistic, and never to, I don't like barriers, I don't like borders, I don't like anything restrictive. So my goal is to always break those things down. And I guess just how I have evolved was just trying new things and then recording them. That was really it. It was just, this is all stuff that I used to do. But like I said, I would never show it because I don't know, like, I don't know if I was a little shy. I would say I was a little shy. Just in showing that and revealing that artistic part of myself, because artists are also very, very passionate people, and we can be very sensitive people. Yeah. So when you show people your art, you open yourself up to all sorts of criticism. So I never really used to show this side of me. And then one day I was like, well, I have a camera. I'm just going to do it on camera. And it just kind of took off. So, yeah.
Indeed it did. Indeed it did. Well, this is the super fun part of our game. We get to kind of loosen up a little bit.
Alrighty, let's go.
Bianca lets me have a little fun. So we have a game today, Brittany. And the game today is called Beauty Hack or Beauty Whack. All right?
Okay.
So it's real easy. We give you 5 statements, and you're going to determine if it's a beauty hack or if it's a beauty whack.
Okay.
Is it a real beauty hack, or is that not a beauty hack? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So statement number 1, placing tea bags under your eyes to get rid of puffy eyes. Beauty hack or beauty whack?
I'm going to say beauty hack.
Beauty hack it is. Well done. Well
beauty
done.
Hack.
I think that was easy anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2, soaking your feet in water mixed with dry ramen noodles to remove dead skin. Beauty hack or beauty whack?
Well, the noodles are going to get soft.
Right.
So I'm going to say beauty whack. The beauty wax. Okay, good. I'm like, that doesn't even sound appealing. Like, that doesn't.
Dry ramen noodles. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that one. Well, okay.
Yeah, beauty whack. All right, number 3. Applying spider webs to cuts to heal the wound. Beauty hack or beauty whack?
I'm saying that's no. That's a beauty whack. No, I'm not putting spider webs on nothing.
Actually,
no.
It's a beauty hack. It's true. You, I guess there's something with the silk in the web. It's like a old.
Right. No. Nah. I'll do the ramen noodle thing first. Right. I'll do that.
I'd rather take that too.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
It is a beauty hack. Believe it or not. Apparently, there's something built from a spider web. I'm not telling anybody to try this at home if you're listening or watching, but apparently there's something in the silk of the spider web that will help heal wounds. All right.
Okay.
Moving on. We only got 2 left. Okay. Using beets, like the food, beets, to remove blackheads. Beauty hack or beauty whack?
What do you do with the beets? You cut them up and put them on, or?
I guess it just says using beets to remove blackheads. So maybe you rub it on your nose or wherever you have blackheads.
Beauty hack.
It is a beauty whack.
Oh, I thought it would be a hack.
It sounds crazy enough to be a hack, right?
It sounds like it would be a hack. I mean, I don't like beets. So it sounds hackish, you know? I mean,
it's wackish. Yeah. Putting beets on your skin, you have lighter skin, you have a chance of actually staining your skin by putting beets on your face. So that is a beauty whack. All right, last one. All right, using a soft toothbrush to exfoliate your lips. Beauty hack or beauty whack?
That's the beauty hack because I do that.
Ah!
Yeah, I do that. Yep.
That's the beauty
I actually brush my lips. Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay. That is a beauty hack. You don't do so bad. How many was that? I wasn't keeping count.
I don't know.
You might have got 3 wrong. Never mind.
I think I'm gonna go with 2 wrong. Let's go with 2. Let's go with 2.
We didn't take any notes. We didn't write anything down. So whatever you say goes.
Good.
Let's look back to find out if you won or not. But thank you for tuning in. This was great. Bianca, before you close us out, I know we want you to tell everybody how they can find you on social media. If you have any website or any handles, please just blurt it out. You.
For me or Bianca? Me? Yeah. Oh, okay. I was waiting for Bianca. I'm like, yeah, girl. Okay. So if you would like to see more of my artistic creations, you can find me on social media. My social media handle on all outlets is Brittany LaBella. That's BrittanylABella. If you would like to book an appointment with me, you can go right over to my website, which is www.BrittanyLaBella.com. And then if you're looking for great wigs for people with alopecia, you can check out my wig website, which is an online wig boutique called thewigtique.com, WIGTIQUE.com. So, yes, that's it. Those are my outlets.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for talking with us and sharing your inspiration with us. You're very inspirational. You kind of gave me a little boost of confidence. I'm like, yes, you know?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. You ladies look lovely.
Thank you for listening to United Beauty, the podcast, presented by the Salah Hair Foundation. For more information or to make a donation, visit salahhairfoundation.org. Your kind donation helps disadvantaged women and children with medical-related hair loss receive a custom-made hair prosthesis.